Santiago.
Hi, Denise. It's your old pal Santiago. Always nice to talk to you during fight week. Did you bring your whole Amsterdam squad with you to Paris?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, it's always nice to hear you. And yeah, like you said, my whole squad is with me.
Same, always nice to hear from you as well. And Denise, I'm going to ask you about your fight with Paula in a second. But first, I wanted to ask you about something you most recently did in the west side of Amsterdam because you supported a project there to encourage young adult females to work out more. Why was this important for you?
Well, I was also a young girl, and like what martial arts did for me as a young woman was really like I cannot even describe that in words, and that made me the woman that I am today. And for me, like besides my fight career, for me it's really important that I want to show all the girls in all over the world, and now it was girls, but I also talk about boys at that age that if you like train your mind, train your body, and mix that with martial arts, that you can become a champion in everything that you can do. So that's my also a big goal for me, that besides my fight career, I want to inspire everyone in this world that martial arts is really the thing to do.
Because we are not taught any of that in school, right?
No, no. Like when I was younger and I say that I did judo, then everyone is looking at me, yeah, but that's for guys, that's for boys, or that's, like that was not like the thing that girls can do. But now I want to show that when I when I did start with judo, that look at the woman I am today and fighting at the biggest event, the biggest martial arts events in the world, and still doing what I love to do. So that's what I also want to inspire young people, that like go after it. And I know for sure that everyone who's entering that dojo, that you gonna fall in love.
Yeah, I love to see you give back to the city. But back to your fight, because you are going to fight Paula Cristina, who's going to make her Bellator debut. And you already have some history with her when you went to Brazil, right? And just in general, what do you make of her as an opponent?
She's a strong opponent. I already like trained with her in Brazil, so that cannot be a coincidence. And like she's the judo champion of Brazil, so she's a really good opponent. And but I know that when I'm in my best, like my straight, that she have no chance against me. And this Friday I want to show everyone that I want to make a statement. Like the last couple of Bellator fights, it wasn't my best, but now I'm back, and I'm back to win the the title fight. So like this Friday is for me really important. And besides, I'm fighting Paulina or someone else. It's just that this Friday is a statement for me. I'm back.
Do you remember your own Bellator debut, Denise? And the reason that I'm asking is, were you nervous back then? And do you think Paula is also going to be a little bit nervous for her first time under the bright lights?
I think if you're like for every fighter, fighting for Bellator is just already an accomplishment, because Bellator is the biggest fighting organization all over the world. So for any fighter, this is just a big opportunity. So I know for sure that she has some nerves, but sometimes nerves can make you stronger or can make you weaker. But I'm expecting to fighting the best version of Paula Cristina this Friday. So if she have nerves or not, that's not my case. I'm just focusing on my goal and on my fight, and that's gonna be this Friday.
Dylan.
Hi, Denise. Thank you for the time. Dylan Napoleon with New England MMA here. I wanted to ask you this. What does it mean to be one of the fighters selected by Bellator to travel out to Paris and compete on this card?
It's just like, in one word, amazing. Like when I get the call to fight on this card in Paris and look at the fight card, it's just amazing. And to be a part of that is just for me like already an accomplishment. And like everything I do with Bellator, it's always fun. It feels like going back to family, and that's what this organization feels like, you know. So if Bellator fighting all over the world in every country, but just when you get the call that you have a fight, it's already like going, okay, yes, I'm excited for this. And besides that, fighting on this card, fighting with two Dutchmen, two very strong Dutchmen, that's for me also like a dream come true.
That's awesome to hear. And also, you know, what's been going through your head these past couple weeks? How is the preparation, and ultimately, who were you able to work with to help you prepare for this fight?
Well, I make a switch in team, so now I have a little adjustment in my team. I have a really good wrestle coach because in my last couple of fights, I just missing some spicy that to have to add on it to make my fight game a little bit more stronger. And I knew that I now have that. And the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, I'm working really, really hard. And I'm working with my wrestle coach Kocha. I'm working with my husband Hesti, and I also went to America, to American Top Team, to train with Johanna Jan Daytrek. She's also a really good friend of mine, and she helped me also really a lot with my preparations and my mental care. So yeah, I have a really strong team of only champions, and that's gonna make me a champion too.
Ken?
Hey, Denise, K. Williams for Can Chronicles Media. Now, your career has been a roller coaster of wins. It's also been a roller coaster of losses. Going into the next fight, what are some of the things that you've done to implement and elevate your game that will ensure a win on Friday?
You know, like it's been really like a crazy roller coaster, and I watched my fights, and every time I missed, just like I that what that we discussed in the team, a little bit of spice, and that spice I was missing. Now I found it again, and it's always like my fight when I lost is just like one thing that I missed, and now I found that one thing that I missed. And with that thing that I train and all those weeks of training, I work really hard on it. I know that that's going to be a better version of my Dynamite this Friday.
And you also mentioned that you switched up a couple of things in training camp. Do you feel as though that will be advantageous to be able to compete on Friday?
Yes, for sure, for sure. You know, like this camp and with the new trainer I have, with my new with Kocha, he's a really good wrestler. He's also he was in the game for Olympic wrestling in Holland, and he is like he says things to me that I was searching for all those time, you know. And I think with his adjustment, with his sauce, that my game would be a little bit more spicy, a little bit more MMA complete.
Sunmade?
Hey Denise,
Hi.
we know Paula's a great fighter and she's only got one loss in her record. Do you think that the reason that she likes stand up will go into your favor? Because obviously you have a lot of experience on the feet with your kickboxing record, etc.
You know, like this is something like not one of a kind, because I already spar with her, and with sparring, I know for sure that she felt my power, and that's why I know that I know for sure that she want to take me down. But I'm prepared for everything, and like I said, with the spice I have right now, I feel like I'm more a complete fighter and still growing and still learning in this MMA dream of mine. But I know that the best version of Miss Dynamite will end up this Friday.
Nice. And for your walkout song, will you be coming out to Dynamite by Miss Dynamite?
No, my walkout sound will be Queen. We are the champions, because we are.
Nice. All the best for Friday.
Thank you.
Mills?
How's it going, Denise? Part of this MMA locker room, part of Pub Sports Radio. How are you doing today?
I'm really, really good. I'm really enjoying Paris. I'm really happy to be with the Bellator crew again. And like I said, I'm in really a good vibe right now.
Yeah, it's always good talking to you. You always got the good spirits and the good smiles and the good vibes. So I hear you talking a lot about, spice and, your coach has the new sauce. So it seems like, you guys have a whole new game plan that you guys are trying to implement. And it seems like it's going to work out because when you came into Bellator, you were explosive. I mean, wins by armbar, anaconda, ground and pound, left hook. And it seems like that dynamite's going to get brought back out in this fight to blow up.
Totally true. Totally true. And that's, that's the Miss Dynamite. And, like I found it. I found that spice. And exactly that spice is going to bring me another win. And now with another big victory. So I'm in the winning streak again. I am.
And I just want to speak on the winning streak because a lot of the MMA community felt that you actually won your last fight against Laura. Did you actually believe that you won that fight too? Or was it a little bit easier to deal with the loss, feeling that you actually, did maybe pull away the win? Because a lot of people in the MMA community thought you won that one.
Yes, like when I saw the fight again and afterwards I thought also that I won. But like I think in with all my fights, I just want to make a statement that there is no clue that she can win, And that's my part of my fight, and that's my goal, that I leave no clue to the judges. So when I look at back that fight, of course, I can also have the win on my side, but now I know that, like with the extra dynamite, that extra spice, I have to make no clue to the judges that it can be a split decision, that all the winners is in my favor. So that's my part, and that's also my goal for this Friday. Leave it not to the judges.